Let's start it.
Okay, here we go.
Your name is and which instrument do you play?
My name is Frank Sinatra, and I'm the lead vocal. No, I'm Mike Palm, guitar player, singer, Agent Orange.
All right, sweet. What year did you form, and where does the name come from?
Ooh, formed. It's a long time ago. 78? I don't know. What does formed mean? First time you get together, first time the cops come and complain, people complain, you know? I mean, 78 we were like playing parties, rehearsing in the garage, banging around.
Awesome.
79 we started playing some clubs. 1980 I guess was our first releases. Actually 79. Our first EP came out in 79.
Alright, cool.
I think of 79 is like the official time. But you know, I was playing stuff like this 77, 78.
Right.
Oh!
Did you take lessons or did you just pick up the guitar?
I took some lessons, a little bit.
Alright.
I can read a little, but not enough to hurt me none.
Awesome. Ever had a mullet?
I don't know, sort of a Bowie mullet. Or David Bowie, that's what we call it.
Awesome. Worst show
Not a real mullet, though. Not technically, I guess.
Alright. Worst show that you've ever played?
Ooh, tough call. Any show that was canceled that we didn't play, that's what I consider the worst.
Right.
Worst show ever. Oh boy, that's a really tough one. Let me think about that. There was a guy one time that was like a huge Agent Orange fan, and he was like some kind of high-ranking official at a military school, like it was like a West Point kind of thing, and he was the head of his entertainment committee.
All right.
So he hired Agent Orange to play at his prom. Bad scene. Any weddings. Don't ask us to play weddings.
Right.
Hate weddings.
What bands are you currently listening to?
Ooh, currently, man, this is always the question that stumps me, because I listen to such weird stuff, you know?
Right.
Stereophonic Space Sounds Unlimited. Lots of weird bossa nova, because we just got back from Brazil, and I bought a bunch of weird stuff like that.
Sweet.
The Vivians, the new Joey Ramone record. What else have we been listening to? Let me think. This is always the tricky question, man. Like in the Cosmonauts. All right, let me come back to that.
That's cool. That's my friend Joe.
Joe, what's going on?
Hey. What real jobs have you had?
Real jobs. Let's see. Pizza cook. Forklift driver. I worked at a print shop for a few years. That was probably the most serious I ever got. You know, I wanted to do full color printing. That didn't work out. Stainless steel fabrication.
All right.
That was shit. That was a crappy job.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the most of it.
All right. Hey, did you guys ever play that Club Moore show? Or
Club Moore.
We heard that place was going to close, so I never went out. You were scheduled to play Club Moore.
I think we did.
Did you play it?
I think so.
All right.
Man, it's hard to remember every single show.
Yeah, right.
But I remember Club Moore. I remember. I don't remember canceling that. So yeah, I would have to say yes.
All right. If you could be any superhero, who would you be and why?
Batman.
Why would you be Batman?
Because Adam West rules. So see, when I say Batman, I'm talking old school.
All right, awesome. First piece of vinyl that you ever got?
Neil Hefti plays the Batman theme.
Awesome.
Hey, what a weird coincidence is that?
No doubt. That's cool.
The second one I ever bought, I mean, that's not officially rock and roll, is it?
It doesn't matter. I mean,
I think the first rock and roll album I ever bought was the Fabulous Knickerbockers.
All right.
You ever heard that record, Lies? It is punk as fuck, man. Yeah, really good drumming on that, and a really good guitar player, really noisy, slashy guitar player. Still trying to get that sound.
All right. How many releases do you have out?
How many what?
How many releases do you have?
What's a release? A lot of the stuff on vinyl was combined into CD. So on CD, I guess I would have to say, okay, I mean, because all the vinyl, okay, everything's combined. There's lots of like compilation tracks and random stuff here and there, 7 inches. But let's just go through the main stuff. On CD, it's Living in Darkness, When You Least Expect It.
All right.
Live, well, let's see, wait, is that the next one? No, This Is the Voice.
All right.
Live at the Roxy, the Virtually Indestructible, and then the latest one is This, That, and the Other Thing.
All right. Okay.
Is that it? Not very prolific for how long we've been around, that's for sure. But you know, I've always gone for quantity over quality. I mean, wait, I got that backwards, didn't I?
Yes. Quality over quantity.
Yeah. Somewhat.
If you were made governor, you still live in California?
Governor of California?
Yeah, if you were made governor of California.
What a shitty job that would be.
What's the first law you would put into effect?
First law in California, the first thing I would do is I would like round up all of the developers and I would send them off to North Dakota. Development is out of control in California and they're not planning ahead. There's no forward planning. It's just, rape and pillage development.
Right.
And I think it's gonna really affect quality of life in California in the next few years. Next few years. Not the far future, the near future. Yeah.
Who or what influenced you to play
It's going to
music?
affect my surf spots.
Who or what influenced you to play music?
Ooh, who or what? Well, you know what? My oldest brother played guitar. That's probably the earliest influence I can think of.
Right.
Just because he was really, on top of things, for his time.
Right.
And because of that, I was kind of like way ahead of my time because anything that he was listening to, I would, had to listen to just by default.
Awesome.
So yeah, my older brothers, both of them, definitely were a big influence as far as the music that I listened to and how I kind of got into it. My oldest brother worked at Fender Guitars too, so that's another influence on me.
Cool.
What else got me into it? And then the whole thing is just the whole punk rock explosion. It was so exciting for its time.
Right.
And it just made so much sense to a kid. Turning 14, 13.
Awesome.
It just, yeah. You know what? I look back at that time, and I guess you just, you don't really realize it until, hindsight, looking back at it. But it really was a golden era, There's like so many opportunities and so many things to be done. I mean, and also, in the same sense, I mean, so much needed to be changed at that time. There was so much apathy. Music was so boring,
Right.
It really needed to get raw again. It needed to have some energy, So, yeah, timing couldn't have been better, I guess. Also, you know what, too? The other thing about it is that if I had come up in another era, I mean, we started playing our first shows when I was 13, 14 years old.
Right.
I don't know what other era in music history that's, I wasn't around for the jazz era or whatever the hell else, but I really don't think those guys were that young at that time,
Right.
So it was a good opportunity. I mean, any other time in history, it would have been hard for a 13-year-old kid to get up on stage and actually, get in the club for the first place, just to get in,
All right.
It was cool.
What does punk mean to you?
Oh, punk means, that's a good question because I'll bet my answer conflicts with a lot of other people's, especially these days. I think punk means, really sticking to your original beliefs, not selling out, not watering down your message, being, brutally honest.
All right.
And straightforward, no bullshit.
Awesome. What's a normal day like in your life?
Oh, man, that's a good question. My life's been a little bit scrambled the last 6 to 8 months, I'd say.
Right.
So a normal day, there's no such thing as a normal day for me. For the last 5 weeks on tour, it's
Right.
it's a cycle.
Right.
You wake up, drive 6 hours, do a sound check, eat dinner. Go back, play a show,
Awesome.
Go back, go to sleep, get up, drive, When I'm at home, I've been moving lately, so, anybody who's moved knows what that's like,
Oh, yeah.
Get up and start
all the
moving
time.
stuff.
Yeah. What's your most prized possession?
Oh, wow, most prized, that's a pretty good question. God. Probably a 1950s Hamilton watch that belonged to my father.
Cool. What CD is in your collection that you wish you had never gotten?
Does it have to be a CD? Can it be a cassette?
It could be a cassette.
All right.
Or vinyl.
While we were out on the road, we stopped at a truck stop someplace, and it was pretty cool. It was like a real backwoods place, and there was a little box in the corner of this like little gas station, and it said free cassettes.
All right.
And I thought, well, cool, we got something new, and I picked up a Best of Barry Manilow cassette.
All right. Sweet.
So, and I
like
didn't
Barry
realize how
Manilow.
much I hate Barry Manilow until I started playing that thing.
What
Sorry,
about
Barry.
Supertramp? Do you like Supertramp?
You know what? I always hated Supertramp, and then there's a band called Supergrass, right?
Right.
And they're just basically like the punk version of Supertramp, and I think they're great.
Awesome.
So I don't know.
Most fucked up thing that you've ever seen?
Ever seen? Oh boy. You know, in the early days, there was a lot of weird punk violence. You
Right.
know, just a lot of just senseless violence. People just getting their heads beat in.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen cops beating punks' heads in. I've seen punks beating each other up. You know,
Alright.
I don't know. It's all pretty senseless. I don't know. That's too hard to rate.
Favorite quote?
The only difference between myself and a madman is I am not mad. Salvador Dali.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah. We've been doing this a long time, and there's a reason for that. Is because people dig it, and we always have fun, and that's like the main ingredient. So as long as that keeps going on, we'll keep coming around. And anybody wants to contact us, our website is agentorange.net.
Sweet.
That's what you got to remember is .net,
.net.
not .com.
All right.